Have you ever noticed that the people who command the most respect are rarely the loudest in the room? They don't chase attention. They don't argue to prove they're right. They don't beg to be understood. Yet when they walk in, the atmosphere changes. People listen. People hesitate before challenging them. People feel a presence they cannot quite explain. What if I told you that this kind of presence has nothing to do with physical strength, wealth, or status? It is built through something far rarer, a mind that cannot be manipulated, emotions that cannot be exploited, and a character that refuses to bend under pressure. The Stoics understood this centuries ago. They knew that the most dangerous person is not the one driven by anger, but the one who has mastered it, not the one who seeks revenge, but the one who no longer needs anyone's approval to stand tall. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Mind Awakening channel. In this video, you will discover 7 timeless Stoic truths that forge an unshakable presence, strengthen your inner authority, and help you become the kind of person whose silence speaks louder than most people's words. Stay until the end, because the final truth is the one that separates ordinary people from those who become impossible to intimidate. Now, let's get started. Truth 1. Stop asking the world for permission. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing they need permission to become who they are meant to be. They wait for approval before speaking. They wait for acceptance before taking action. They wait for recognition before believing in their own worth. By doing so, they unknowingly place the steering wheel of their life into someone else's hands. The Stoics warned against this long ago. You become a prisoner of praise and a victim of criticism. A ruthless presence begins the day you stop negotiating your value with the world. You don't need everyone to understand your choices. You don't need everyone to agree with your path. You don't even need everyone to like you. Your responsibility is not to satisfy every expectation. It is to live according to principles that remain steady when emotions change. The strongest people carry a quiet confidence because they no longer ask, "Do they approve of me?" Instead, they ask a far more important question: "Did I remain true to my character today?" When that becomes your standard, the opinions of others lose the power to control your life. Truth 2. Silence is often more powerful than any argument. Weak people believe every insult deserves a response. Wise people understand that not every battle deserves their energy. One of the clearest signs of inner strength is the ability to remain calm when others are desperate to provoke you. Think about it. The person who loses control first rarely wins. Anger clouds judgment. Pride invites unnecessary conflict. The desire to prove yourself often reveals insecurity rather than confidence. The Stoics viewed self-control as a greater victory than defeating an opponent. Silence is not weakness. Silence is the confidence to know that your value does not decrease simply because someone refuses to recognize it. Ask yourself, will my response improve this situation, or am I only protecting my pride? That single question can save you from countless regrets. A solid presence is built by choosing your words with intention, not emotion. The people who leave the deepest impression are rarely those who speak the most. They are the ones whose words become meaningful because they have learned that silence, used wisely, often speaks louder than any argument ever could. Before we move on to the next Stoic truths, pause for a moment and reflect on this. How much of your life has been controlled by the opinions, expectations, or approval of other people? If today's message speaks to you, leave a comment saying, I choose self-mastery. Let those words become a commitment, not to impress anyone else, but to remind yourself of the person you're determined to become. And if you're ready to develop an unshakable mindset, quiet confidence, and the kind of presence that earns respect without demanding attention, subscribe to the channel. Together, we'll continue exploring timeless, Stoic wisdom that helps you build strength from within. Now, let's continue, because the next truths may completely change the way you see power, discipline, and yourself. Truth 3. Become ruthless with your excuses, not with people. Most people think strength is measured by how hard you can be on others. The Stoics believed the opposite. Real strength is measured by how honest you are with yourself. It is easy to blame bad luck, easy to blame your past, easy to blame difficult people, unfair circumstances, or opportunities you never received. But every excuse you repeat slowly becomes part of your identity. One day, you no longer see yourself as someone capable of changing your life. You see yourself as someone waiting for life to change first. That is one of the most dangerous prisons a person can build. A ruthless character does not waste energy searching for someone to blame. Instead, he asks a question that most people avoid. What can I control right now? That single question changes everything. You cannot control who betrays you. You cannot control who misunderstands you. You cannot control how the world treats you. But you can control your response. You can control your habits. You can control whether pain becomes an excuse or a lesson. The Stoics understood that every hardship carries two possibilities. One weakens your character. The other sharpens it. The difference is never the obstacle itself. It is the attitude you bring to it. The moment you stop making excuses, you stop giving away your power. And the moment you reclaim that power, something remarkable happens. You no longer fear difficult days, because you know that every challenge is another opportunity to become someone stronger than you were yesterday. Truth 4. Detachment is not coldness, it is freedom. One of the greatest misunderstandings about Stoicism is that it teaches people to stop caring. It does not. It teaches you to stop clinging. There's a profound difference. Many people spend their lives emotionally chained to things they cannot control. They cling to relationships that have already ended. They replay old insults long after everyone else has forgotten them. They obsess over outcomes that have not even happened yet. And without realizing it, they surrender today's peace to yesterday's pain and tomorrow's uncertainty. A grounded presence cannot be built on emotional dependence. It is built on emotional freedom. The Stoics practiced letting go, not because they lacked love, ambition, or compassion, but because they understood that attachment without wisdom eventually becomes suffering. You can care deeply about people without allowing them to define your worth. You can pursue success without making your happiness dependent on it. You can experience disappointment without allowing it to become your identity. That is true inner stability. The strongest person in the room is often the one who has the least to prove and the least to lose emotionally. When your peace is no longer held hostage by other people's choices, something changes within you. Your voice becomes calmer. Your decisions become clearer. Your confidence no longer rises and falls with praise or criticism. People begin to notice a quiet strength they cannot explain, not because you have become distant, but because you have finally become free. And there is nothing more powerful than a person who can walk through uncertainty without losing control of himself. Truth 5. Protect your peace. Like your life, depends on it. The world is full of people competing for one thing. They can never give back to you: your attention. Every notification, every unnecessary argument, every piece of gossip, every opinion that doesn't deserve space in your mind quietly steals a part of your inner peace. Most people believe peace is something they will find after they become successful. The Stoics understood the opposite. Peace is what allows you to become successful. A ruthless presence is not created by constantly proving yourself. It is created by refusing to waste your energy on things that add no value to your character. Learn to say no without guilt. Learn to walk away without explaining yourself. Learn to ignore distractions that offer immediate pleasure but leave lasting emptiness. Not every invitation deserves your time. Not every conflict deserves your attention. Not every opinion deserves a response. The people who accomplish extraordinary things are rarely those who do more. They are often those who eliminate more. Protect your peace with the same determination that others protect their reputation. Because reputation exists in other people's minds, peace exists in yours, and only one of those will remain with you every single day of your life. Truth 6. Let your actions speak until your presence says everything. There is a strange obsession in today's world. Everyone wants to appear successful before becoming successful. People announce their plans, display their ambitions, seek admiration before they have earned it. The Stoics would have smiled at this. They knew that loud promises often hide quiet insecurity. The oak tree never tells the forest how strong it is. It simply continues to grow. The mountain never explains why it deserves respect. Its silence is enough. Become like that. Stop feeling the need to convince people that you are changing. Let them notice. Stop explaining your discipline. Practice it. Stop talking about becoming stronger. Become stronger. Real authority is never demanded. It is recognized. When your habits become consistent, when your emotions become steady, when your words match your actions, people begin to trust you without knowing exactly why. That is the kind of presence no title can buy. Because respect built on appearances disappears with appearances. Respect built on character remains even when no one is watching. Truth 7. Conquer yourself every day, and no one can truly defeat you. The final Stoic truth is also the hardest. The greatest battle you will ever fight is not against the world. It is against yourself. Against the laziness that whispers, "Start tomorrow." Against the fear that says, "You're not ready." Against the ego that demands recognition. Against the anger that wants revenge. Against the comfort that slowly destroys ambition. This battle has no audience, no applause, no medals, only choices. Every single day, life asks the same question. Will you lead your mind, or will your mind lead you? Most people lose because they wait for perfect conditions. The Stoics never did. They understood that discipline is forged in ordinary mornings. Character is revealed in ordinary conversations. Wisdom is developed through ordinary decisions. Your destiny is not shaped by one extraordinary moment. It is shaped by the countless invisible moments when no one is watching. Every time you choose patience over anger, purpose over distraction, discipline over comfort, integrity over convenience, you become a little more difficult for life to break. Eventually, people begin calling you strong, but they never see what truly made you that way. They never see the mornings you chose discipline, the nights you refused to quit, the temptations you quietly walked away from, the emotions you mastered instead of obeying. That is the secret. An unshakable presence is not something you wear. It is something you earn, day after day, choice after choice, until one morning you wake up and realize that the person you spent years trying to become has finally become the person staring back at you in the mirror. Conclusion. True strength is never about becoming feared. It is about becoming impossible to control. The Stoics understood that an unshakable presence is not built through power, wealth, or status, but through discipline, self-mastery, and unwavering character. Every choice you make, every emotion you govern, and every excuse you refuse shapes the person you become. Build yourself quietly, consistently, and with purpose. In time, your presence will speak louder than your words ever could. The lesson to remember. The world will always try to pull you toward distraction, validation, and emotional reactions. Your greatest advantage is learning to remain centered while everyone else is losing themselves. Starting today, choose one Stoic truth and practice it every morning. Pause before reacting. Let go of what you cannot control. Keep your promises to yourself. Protect your peace and allow your actions, not your words, to define who you are. Over time, these small daily decisions will transform your character far more than any single moment of motivation ever could. If this video inspired you to become stronger from within, subscribe to the channel and join a community dedicated to timeless Stoic wisdom, mental resilience, and personal growth. Your support helps us continue creating meaningful content that empowers people to build unshakable minds and purposeful lives. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end of the video. See you in the next videos.